What's going on, agents? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it's time for another weekly weaponry vendor reset. I produce my vendor reset videos different than other division content creators in that I will not be covering all gear items at every vendor, but instead focusing on which vendors have the best weapons for sale this week. Weaponry, stats, and damage rolls really are my specialty, and I know that many of you turn to my reviews to make informed decisions as to which weapons to purchase and equip. For this week's episode, I found 5 weapons that are worth you taking a look at. First up for sale this week is a Tactical Vector 45 ACP for sale at the Advanced Weaponry vendor in the base of operations that features the Hurried, Talented, and Swift talents along with a critical hit percentage of 22%, which is a perfect roll for percentage. Base damage rolls for the Vector range from 8,522 up to 10,004, and this Vector falls in at 9,885, which places it in the 92nd percentile for damage rolls among Vectors. This is a strange mix of talents, as 2 of the 3 are geared towards reload speed, while the other grants skill power for killing enemies. Still, the chance percentage of 22% and high damage rolls get this weapon on the list for this week. Staying at the Advanced Weaponry vendor, there is a Marine Super 90 shotgun that comes with the Predatory, Meticulous, and Destructive talents, along with a stagger percentage of 304%, which is actually quite low. Super 90's base damage rolls vary from 54,544 up to 64,024, and this Super 90 comes in at 62,400, placing it in the 83rd percentile for damage rolls among Super 90's. With this mix of talents, this Super 90 could do some work in PvE, as the Destructive and Predatory talents are geared for that type of player. You could leave Meticulous, but I would recommend something more damage-centered, like Responsive. At the newly opened Park Avenue Dark Zone vendor is a military M9 pistol that comes with the Expert and Sustained talents. Damage rolls for the M9 can vary from 9,000 up to a perfect roll of 10,564, and this M9 comes in at 10,526, placing it in the 98th percentile for damage rolls among M9s. M9s have a decent starting magazine of 15 rounds, little recoil, and a moderate rate of fire. Sustained should be rolled away, and I would shoot for cool-headed if possible. This week's toss-up pick is a military L86 LSW for sale at the West 53rd DZ vendor that comes with the Dominant, Capable, and Skilled talents along with an out-of-cover percentage of 11%. The damage rolls for this weapon is off the charts and may be bugged as it comes in at 10,512 according to my calculations. Base damage rolls for the L86 LSW range from 8,522 up to 10,004, and even with me compensating for the 4% damage buff from update 1.6, this L86 is still off the damage grid. L86s have excellent stability already, which could be made even more lethal by the Capable weapon talent, which reduces sway, recoil, and spread by 25%. Furthermore, the Skilled talent synergizes well with the native 100% headshot damage multipliers for LMGs. What makes it this week's toss-up pick is the off-the-grid base damage and weapon talents. However, my concerns are that off-the-grid damage model and the possibility it will be reduced, and the extremely situational Dominant talent. This week's got-to-have-it pick is a military Scar H for sale at the Grindhouse Safe House that features the Prepared, Unforgiving, and Vicious weapon talents, along with a headshot percentage of 171%, which is 1 percentage point shy of being a perfect headshot damage roll. Base damage rolls for the Scar H range from 29,317 up to 34,415, and this rifle comes in at 33,415, placing it in the 80th percentile for damage rolls among Scar H's. Unforgiving could be useful if you get into a close quarters hipfire shootout, and Prepared is good for longer range sniping. Vicious would be the talent I would consider rolling away unless you were going for a heavy crit build. If you do roll away Vicious, consider something like Brutal, Destructive, or Cool-Headed. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on my weapon vendor reset top picks for this week. Feel free to ask me about a damage roll or recommendation for any weaponry available for purchase this week in the comment section below. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with a huge thumbs up, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my division content in your life, feel free to sub my channel and follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. If you have questions about a weapon or damage rolls in the Division, look no further than my comprehensive weapon review playlist and damage rolls tutorial to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, for my channel, likes, comments, subs are loved. Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.